lawmakers in the House of Representatives could vote and send a social spending bill to President Biden's desk as soon as this Thursday. Americans have one last chance to sign up for the next round of stimulus relief payments. In this video, I will be bringing up to date on the latest stimulus news and information. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is using a pressure tactic as she tries to amass the votes to pass President Biden's Build Back Better plan, stating to other lawmakers that they won't be flying home for the Thanksgiving holiday until they vote on it. Pelosi's efforts to bring the $1.75 trillion measure up for a vote have been repeatedly stalled, although she finally won House passage of Biden's $1.1 trillion infrastructure package before a different holiday break, which was a week-long Veterans Day recess. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer told colleagues the Build Back Better plan is set to come up on Wednesday, with a vote possible on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. According to CNN News, Nancy Pelosi told fellow Democrats that the House won't go home until the bill is passed. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders also just said that he will vote against a defense policy bill being taken up by the Senate this week and opposes Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's new plan. The Senate has spent month after month discussing the Build Back Better Act and whether we can afford to protect the children, the elderly, the sick, the poor, and the future of our planet. As a nation, we need to get our priorities right. I will vote no. Chuck Schumer told reporters earlier that he will include the competitiveness legislation in the Senate's defense bill once it is formally brought up for debate. Without a deal to speed things up, that could really happen as early as Thursday. But Sanders criticized that plan by Chuck Schumer to drop the competitiveness legislation. Bernie Sanders also questioned why senators who are willing to approve the massive defense budget are also questioning the ability to afford expanding Medicare, providing paid leave, and going bigger on combating climate change as part of Biden's Build Back Better agenda.
A lot has gone wrong since this unified Democratic government took the reins back in January. Let's take a look at foreign policy. The Biden administration's clumsy retreat from Afghanistan left Americans behind who wanted out and handed the country to a government staffed with terrorists who used to be locked up at Guantanamo Bay. Let's take a look at energy independence, or should I say energy dependence. President Biden canceled our own Keystone XL pipeline, but cleared the path for a new pipeline for Vladimir Putin. The amount of Russian oil that America has to import has already nearly doubled on the Democrats' watch. Look at the border. Illegal crossings are flooding across our southern border at an all-time high. But Democrats have interior enforcement arrests down to a decade low. But there's no question that what crisis is at the top of the minds of middle-class Americans. There's no question what is keeping working Americans awake at night. It's inflation. Inflation. The runaway prices and unpredictability that Democrats' policies have fueled. 90% of Americans told one recent survey that they are somewhat or extremely concerned with inflation. We are a huge and diverse country. It's hard to get 9 in 10 Americans to agree on almost anything. But less than 1 year under Democrat policies, 90% of America is worried about inflation. And it's no wonder. Year on year, consumer prices have risen faster than they have in over 3 decades. Last month marked the 5th month in a row that inflation has topped 5%. These across the board.
Republicans are all opposed to the climate and social spending bill, and Senator Joe Manchin has emerged as a roadblock for Democrats on all 3 of the areas highlighted by Bernie Sanders. So friends, do you all agree with Senator Bernie Sanders? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. The White House and top Democrats are expecting a highly anticipated estimate from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office to show that their sweeping plan to expand the social safety net will fail to meet President Biden's promise to not add to the federal deficit. However, the White House also claimed that the Congressional Budget Office does not have the experience to weigh in on President Biden's Build Back Better agenda. According to White House Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates, the Congressional Budget Office does not have experience analyzing revenue amounts gained from tracking down wealthy tax cheats who are taking advantage of every honest taxpayer. The question now facing Democratic leaders is whether those assurances from the White House will be enough to assuage moderates who have withheld their support for the roughly $1.9 trillion bill until information from the Congressional Budget Office show its costs are offset. Democratic leaders have very little margin for error, since they can only lose 3 votes to pass a bill that they are hoping gets a final vote as soon as this Thursday. Right now, the 5th advanced child tax credit payment is being dispersed by the Internal Revenue Service starting Monday, sending an estimated $15 billion to about 36 million U.S. families. Those who have signed up for direct deposit with the IRS will receive their payments first. After this month, families who qualify for the advance checks can expect to receive 1 more this year during the month of December. They will also receive the other half of the child tax credit when they file their taxes next year. To sign up, parents can go directly to the IRS's website and use the Child Tax Credit Update portal. Currently, the enhanced tax credit expires after this year, but Democrats are pushing for it to be extended into at least 2022 into their social spending legislation. Remember that negotiations on the bill are still ongoing. Friends, thank you so much for joining me here this Wednesday.